Hey, what's up guys and welcome back to Anime King. And today I'm going to be giving you part 4 of What If Naruto had a solo sensei. Remember to get this one to 100 like as usual. Share this to all of your friends in your social media platform. And also guys, go ahead and check out the brand new episode of What If Naruto had the most powerful Sharingan over on Anime King 3, and also stay tuned for a brand new episode coming over on Anime King 2. If you're new, yes, you heard that correctly. I indeed have 3 channels, Anime King 2, Anime King 3, which I post what if on every single day for you guys to enjoy. Links will be down in the description, so go ahead and check them out and enjoy guys. And also, remember to turn on that bell notification stay posted, so yeah, without further ado, what is to begin this new episode? Begin the intro. So the last time we left off, the team, consisting of Kakashi, Anko and Naruto, rescue Team Guy, as each of the older members carried out a member of Team Guy. As Naruto wasn't carrying anyone, they were stopped though, by a boy with white hair and 2 red marks on his forehead. As Naruto told them to go ahead, he can handle this. Seeing that each of them were carrying a member of Team Guy, they decided to move on quickly, as Anko would return back rather quickly. But Naruto assured her that he'll be fine. So with that, he took on the strange guy, who had a rather unique ability. He could literally pull his bones from his body, as Naruto dropped into his winged fighting style. He took on Kimimaro as both of them clashed. Attacks after attacks as Naruto was being knocked back. Kimimaro was a strong person, perhaps even Jonin level. That is why Naruto was having a hard time fighting him, and his bone defense was powerful, but Naruto started to tap into his wind style ability. As he used version 1, but Kimimaro blocked it. 2, it started to get harder on Kimimaro, then he used 3. Then he went up to 4. He was able to pierce Kimimaro, but Naruto suffered bones piercing all over him as Kimimaro went into his second stage form of the curse mark. Lucky enough, Naruto was able to draw him in and get stabbed right into his stomach, but he was able to blow Kimimaro's head clean off with his 5th wind attack as he collapsed. Orochimaru had saw the team, as he could not risk fighting Kakashi, Guy and Anko right here. Guy was what he was worried about. Kakashi was also kind of a small threat, but still, Guy was the main thing he was worried about right here. So with that, he fled. As the group rushed back to where Naruto was, Anko rushed over to him, seeing him on the ground bleeding. As Naruto was happy that she came back for him. He woke up sometime later. She was angry that he was trying to show her that he has improved by risking himself like that. But he just wanted to show her that he has, well, improved because of her training. As she couldn't help but hug him, she was happy that he was okay. She didn't know when it happened, but she started to develop strange feelings for the blonde. So with that, they returned back to Konoha. The mission was classified as an S rank regarding who the subjects were, and not to mention Naruto defeating Kimimaro as well. Some more time passed as Anko decided to have Naruto train in the summoning arts. As they were both summoned towards Reiko Cave, Manda noticed them as Manda was angry. Being the person that he was, he tried to kill Anko for bringing this purse that smelled like fox. Anko froze up as she was always afraid of Manda as she froze up, seeing him rushing towards her. Not to mention he was fast, but Naruto summoned a dozen clones as he was able to knock Manda off trajectory. Manda and Naruto tussled for a while until Manda was able to stab Naruto with one of his fangs, pumping his powerful toxin in Naruto's bloodstream. But Naruto did not care of the pain or anything. He just needed to protect Anko, so with that he summoned a whole bunch of clones as he released his wind attack, slicing Manda up to pieces, killing the Great Snake, as the 2 of them were reverse summoned back to the real world. As Anko rushed Naruto to the hospital, he woke up some time later. It turns out that he's healing was gonna be messed up from now on, as his healing was gonna be slower than normal because of the damn toxin, as the fox was not able to purge it all in time, as it was one of the most powerful toxins. But after a while, a snake arrived and told him that the father of Manda wished to see them after the blonde was healed up. The group was surprised by that. Some time passed, they made their way. As he did not hear that Manda was dead, he didn't even seem to like him. Concerned that snakes have many kids, he didn't like him one bit. And now that he was awake out of his hibernation, he was now in control. He burned Orochimaru's name off the scroll, as things were going to be different. The both of them got a personal summons while Anko got back her personal summon, and she could summon once again fully, concerned that Orochimaru had messed with her name so she couldn't fully summon. And Naruto got a personal summon as well, a black jet cobra with red eyes. They will only be able to summon those two from now, as the snakes were currently in a civil war with those that were on the other side, and know that the father of man had woken up, so they would have to give it time. They returned back to the reward as Uncle told Naruto about June exams. She didn't want him to take it, she felt like he was above it, but Naruto wanted to take it as he wanted to see how much he stacked up towards the other soon-to-be Chunins. The Hokage had spoken to her after she delivered Naruto papers, as he told her it was forbidden for a Jonin and Genin to be together, but it was not forbidden for a Chunin and Genin to be together. As Hiruzen had noticed the glances, he had noticed the way she acted, as she didn't know when it happened either. But she nodded for the information as she made her way. Naruto met the Sand team as Gar and the others were here, as they were good friends after all, as they were here to take part in Chunin exams. So yeah guys, that's basically as we left off. You guys can switch across the place and check it for yourself. So we'll see you in this new episode. Naruto was currently in the room, as he was leaning up against the wall. Team 7 and the other teams came in as he started to make a commotion. A grey-haired boy made his way over to them with the glasses, as he told them that they need to quiet down. They were drawing a lot of unwanted attention. He also told them that he could give them information, as Naruto made his way over there. Sasuke was the one to ask, as he wanted to know about Rock Lee and Uzumaki Naruto of Konoha. Another one, Shino said. He has red hair, dark circles around his eyes, and the kanji for love above his left eye. He then went quiet, as Naruto glanced towards Shino as he wondered when did Shino run into Gaara. If it's who I think it is, this is his card, said Kabuto. Gaara of the desert. He's a third child of the Katakaki. He's your age. His stats are unknown. He's been on 0D ranks, 20 C ranks, 5B rank, and even an A rank. And it's said that he's never been injured before, not even a scuff. Not a surprise, Naruto thought. Gaara is a badass, and the ultimate defense help a lot. Now, Rock Lee. He's a year older than you. He's the adoptive son of my guy. His stats in ninjutsu and genjutsu are non-existent, but his taijutsu is off the scales. He's been on 42 D ranks, and 17 C ranks so far. Didn't know that guy's son adopted Lee. Finally, Naruto Uzumaki. He's your age. Former member of Team 7. He has now gotten a personal sensei, Anko Midarashi. Genjutsu, not that great. Taijutsu and ninjutsu are labeled as high Chunin level. He's labeled as a master first rank in the Kazaryu fighting style. He's been on 23 D ranks, 3 C rank, 1 being assassination. Holy cow. 1 A rank also turned S rank as well. He's also in Kiri Bingo book as a target to not to approach without the most extreme caution, with a 20,000 Ryu on his head, as everyone was shocked hearing that. Nice to hear him such a badass, said Naruto from behind them. As they all turned, Naruto saw many things on their faces. Admiration from Hinata, jealousy from Sasuke and Kiba, a bit of fear from Ino and Sakura, and surprise from Shikamaru and Choji and Sai. What the hell kind of mission you were on that was made into a S rank, Kiba asked. Can't tell you, said Naruto. S ranks are kept secret. As Naruto felt someone coming towards them with the intent to cause trouble, so he vanished, surprising the group as a team emerged. But they were stopped dead in their tracks. Now, I am sure this area is not fit for fighting. are that you're not supposed to fight here. The shinobis were surprised. The girl saw a strange blade about to slit her throat. The man that was covered in bandages saw 2 fingers pointing towards his temple, as he could feel the chakra build up. The last boy had stopped dead from Naruto's glare. The kunai at his throat was hardly needed. How did you, the bandage boy said. Shadow Clone, said Naruto. Too bad you don't know which one of us is the real one, the second one said. So instead of pushing it, before things get bad, why don't you just go back to your seat? The final, Naruto said. The Stone Ninjas frowned, but they moved back. As they went back to their seat, before anyone could question anything, the door was swinged open as a man stepped inside. That's enough chit-chat, all of you. As the man looked around, before we get to business, is anyone here taking the exam solo? As Naruto and another person walked up. Names. Uzumaki Naruto, said Naruto. Mitsuru guy Taki. Taki said with a grumble. As Naruto glanced towards him, he was a few years older than him. Perhaps 18 or 19. He had long black hair that he kept in a high ponytail. He had a light beard. He was wearing an armored hakama, sandals, stubby socks, and no shirt, with gauntlets and sleeve on his right arm. All in all, he looked more like a samurai than a shinobi. His only telltale that he was a shinobi was the Kumo headband hanging off of him. If you two will please follow Hayate. The both saw there was a man at the door as he was coughing lightly, as he motioned for them to come, so they followed him. The 3 of them walked in complete silence until Hayate pointed towards the door. The 2 gave a nod and moved towards the room, as Naruto stepped into a cloud of black smoke. He reeled back trying to get out of the smoke, and Naruto felt like his blood was on fire. What the hell is going on, he said. This is gonna sound odd, kid, but I want you to take a deep breath, the Kyuubi said. Naruto didn't know what was going on, but he did as Fox said, as he took a deep breath sucking in the black smoke. But it got worse. It felt like his muscles were being turned to ash. As he tried to stay conscious, he felt something inside of him twisting and turning, as Naruto started to cough before he puked. But it wasn't blood or spit. It was some green-black liquid. Within his mind, Naruto saw the form of the Kyuubi that he enjoyed seeing. The young beautiful woman with a large smile on her face. Seriously, what the hell was that, said Naruto as he was still confused as hell. That stuff was a knockout gas, mixed with a weak poison and hallucinogen, the fox said. So why did you have me inhale? Because I used the poison to make antibodies, and I was able to expel Manda's venom, she said with a laugh. So I'm good, said Naruto. Oh no, you're much better than good, she said. Okay, explanation, said Naruto. I was getting to that, she said to him. So, I was able to advance your already incredible healing factor further. Since Land of Wave, your seal has had the smallest crack in it. So I start to pump a bit more of my chakra into your system at all time. I send the chakra to your muscles, nerves, veins, bones, skin, hair, and just about everywhere else. So I could make you stronger, smarter, faster, and all around better. Now when Manda poisoned you because its poison was so deadly, considering that it would have killed a normal person within seconds, I had to revert all of my powers to heal you. But once a weak poison entered your system, I was able to take it and turn it into antibodies to help fight off the venom. You know, you could just say that I'm venom free, and my healing is a lot better, right? That's what I said, she said. You know, I gotta know, why do you take the form of a woman, said Naruto. My first 2 hosts were women. I guess you could say spending 50 plus years sealed inside them. I prefer the gender. But I guess you could say if I stay in this form for too long, I would probably start to act like one of them. And not my foxy self. Might be fun. Okay then, said Naruto. So what now? That's easy. Wake up. Back in the real world, Naruto drew his blade instantly as he got up. Lucky thing he did as he blocked an attack. What the hell? He jumped back as he dodged. Several objects launched towards him. As he saw Taki standing a few yards away from him, his eyes were completely bloodshot. Blood trickled out of them, and his ears and mouth. What the hell is wrong with you, said Naruto, as Taki swayed on his feet, before he shot forward, sword style, razor edge. He lashed out with his blade, as Naruto was using his style as he dodged, but there was a second blade in the shadow and a third in that shadow. He dodged the second one in time, but he was stabbed. Sliced across his stomach with the third one. Shit, said Naruto as he dropped against the wall. His advanced healing started to kick in. Die, 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 Taki yelled. As he swung his blade over and over, his sword art jutsu came out, as many blades were attacking Naruto at once. Taki was incredibly fast, as Naruto's blade was knocked away, as he got sliced up. As Taki was laughing psychotically, as Naruto was kicked away as he slammed into the wall, rather roughly. As Naruto rolled to his feet as he coated his hands in the wind chakra, as Taki rushed towards him. Kaze Ryu, too, said Naruto, as he slammed his hand to Taki's stomach as he received a rather bad wound because of that, because he got so close. But a hurricane wind came from Naruto's palms and shattered Taki from its waist going up. It was obliterated. The only thing that was left was his feet. As Naruto collapsed to his knees, his body started to heal. Damn it. That wasn't easy, he said. The door then opened up. What in the name of Kami, Hayate said. That Taki dude went berserk and attacked me, said Naruto. As Naruto then realized something. Hey, if my healing is better, why do I have scars? Well, your woman said that she liked the scars, so I figure I'll make you keep some to look cool. Well, that supersedes the exams, Hayate said. What was the exam, said Naruto. It was a test to see if you could defuse a situation where you have no idea where you are or what's going on, but it seems like Taki snapped and decided to end you. As Naruto got to his feet, so what now, he said. You move on to the second round. Meet your Sensei at the Force of Death, and she will give you your test. Naruto picked up his blade as he vanished in a swirl of orange mist. He needed a change of clothes first, as Naruto made his way back to his apartment, as he decided to bust out his new outfit for his second test. A pair of black pants and black sandals with a black sleeveless shirt with a red overcoat. He covered his arms in bandages as it was sealed written all over them. His bone blade had been moved and it was hidden in his coat. For the final piece of flair, Naruto added copies Zabuza's look as he wrapped up the bottom half of his face. He checked himself out in the mirror and he liked what he saw. So with that, he made his way to start the second exam. Force of Death. Anko sat as she was drifting in and out of sleep. She still had 15 minutes before she had to go and see the Jennings and bring them into her playground. A swirl of orange mist appeared in front of her as she saw Naruto in a new outfit, looking rather hot. Well, what's this now? I was told to come to you for my second exam, said Naruto. Anko blinked in surprise. She wasn't expecting him that quick. Huh, I'm surprised. Figure you'll be a little longer, she said. Oh, come on, Sensei. Give me some more credit, said Naruto. Cocky. Either way, you can go and hang out in the forest for the next 5 days. Your test is to eliminate the teams that enter. They will have a heaven or earth scroll. So take their scrolls, said Naruto. Yep, or simply destroy their scrolls. Fun, said Naruto. Well then, I'll catch you later. As Naruto jumped off. Be at the tower in 5 days, she shouted. Time skip. Alright brats, the always sexy but not single Anko has arrived. You're early, Ibiki said from behind her banner. Oh well, it happened, she said. As she didn't look forward, what the hell? Quite a crop this year, Ibiki said. Sure, but 54 teams? How many did you start with? Close to 100, he said. Well, I can guarantee that number will be cut down to single digit by time the second test is done. The room started to get worried at that. You're positive of this, Ibiki asks. Yes, because this year, the test has a new variable. As Anko was smiling rather happily. As Ibiki nodded, knew what she meant. Well, that would cut a lot of them out. The room was worried. The proctor, Ibiki, was scared. Almost all of them knew that there was something that would take them out. What was he talking about? Alright kids, time to follow me to your next test. Meanwhile, Force of Death. Naruto was alerted when he saw a flare went up in the air as he made his way. Must be Anko. As he arrived towards the location, as everyone saw him, as Naruto was hardly recognizable given his new look. Ah, Himura-san. Thanks for arriving, Anko said. as he was going by the same name that he gave to Itachi. I was in the era, he said. Alright, ladies and gents, this is Himura Kenshin, the force of death, Eliminator, she said. What do you mean, Eliminator? Soccer asked. Himura-san, job in the force to find you, defeat you, and take your scrolls. But you won't begin until a half hour after your exam start, Uncle said. So not only do we have to fight other teams and search for a second scroll, but we will also have someone hunting us, with the sole purpose to stop us from passing, said Shikamaru. That is correct. I will take your scroll if I get a chance. And I will. Now then, you have all the rules. Report to your gates, Uncle said. Within moments, all the teams were gone. Now then, Himura-san, for you to pass, you have to do something truly difficult, Uncle said. Let me guess. I have to eliminate half of them. Basically. And if you show up too badly hurt, you're eliminated, Uncle said. As Naruto simply shrugged. Seems easy enough. As the buzzer went off, he didn't turn, but he would stop. You still have a half an hour. As Naruto paused. What am I gonna do for half an hour, he said. This, she said. As she grabbed his hand, Naruto was confused. As he moved towards a more secluded area. That was when she pulled on his bandages and kissed him. Naruto was beyond shock. His eyes shot open wide as he got his first real kiss. It took him a moment for his mind to regain what was actually going on at the moment. His body moved on instinct as his arms wrapped around her waist and pulled her closer. She had only meant it to be a quick kiss, but the moment her lips touched his, she noticed something. His lips felt heavenly, and damn it all, she would have more. As their kiss deepened, as Naruto's mind was swimming. Not only did he have the most desired woman that he wanted right here, but she was kissing him. His mind was finding it hard to keep up with what was going on, even though it was happening right in front of him. The both of them separated as he gasped for breath. As Naruto stood there for a few seconds, not saying or doing anything. His mind then snapped back into focus. What does this make us? He asked. We'll talk after the exam, she said, as she walked away, leaving him there. As Naruto was still in a daze. It took him a while for his mind to snap back into focus, and it was time for him to hunt the ninjas. Naruto fixed his mask as he went through a hand sign, summoning jutsu. The black snake, Nola, appeared. Naruto, what is it that you need? She said. I need some help, said Naruto. What kind of poisons do you have? I have 4 to use by choice. The first is a regular King Cobra venom. The second is a very powerful hallucinogenic venom. And the third is a strong paralytic venom. The last one is by far the strongest. But I don't have much of it. It's a dissolving venom. Should I bite someone with it, they will die. No question asked, Nola said. Really? No way to heal it, said Naruto. Correct. It is called the venom of Yal. And only father and his direct brood have it. And I mean direct, even children of mine won't have it, said Nola. Okay, we'll use that as a last venom. If we face Orochimaru or the snake that your father is fighting against, Nagini. If Nagini shows up, father will have to be notified, Nola said. Well, that sounds good, said Naruto, as he offered his arm to the snake. You wish to do that? Nola asked. Yes, said Naruto. It will be a good surprise. Then it will be then, she said, as she made her way up his arm, slipping under the bandages as Naruto felt the mark. He lifted up his shirt as he saw the tattoo of Nola right there. She looked ready to strike, her fangs bare, as he ran his finger over the tattoo. I would prefer you do not pet me while I'm infused with your arm, she said through his mind. Looks like you have 2 voices in your head now, huh, kid? Said the Kyuubi. Yeah, that's fun, said Naruto. What is fun, said Nola. So you can communicate with me but not the fox, said Naruto. Correct. I'm infused in your arm, not the fox. Well, time to go, said Naruto. I got a lot of work ahead of me. As he crossed his fingers at over 50 cyclones, poof into existence. Okay, groups of 2 find teams and defeat them, or simply take their scrolls, said Naruto. The clones vanished into the forest. Time skip, a few hours later. As Naruto was sitting in a tree. 21, he said, as he gripped the scroll. Please stop, he heard a voice scream. He turned his head to the left as he shot off. as he was a young brown-haired girl backing away from a man that was slowly approaching her. Please, you won. You have this scroll. You killed my team. Please, I don't want to die. Oh my dear, that is not what's gonna happen, he said, as he slowly approached. Her eyes widened as she realized. No. Oh, so you figure it out. Please. Anything but that. I'm afraid. That is the only solution here, he said. The girl's eyes widened when she saw someone rose from the man's shadow. As a sword teared through his chest, he glanced down to see the blade sticking out of him, blood dripping from the tip. You know I hate scum like you, said Naruto. How? The man said. There's no point in telling a dead man, said Naruto, as he twisted the blade and ripped it out. The man collapsed to the side. Are you okay, said Naruto. The girl tackled him instead of answering him, as she cried in his chest, thanking him over and over for saving her from what was about to happen. Come on, I'll take you to the tower. You can tell the instructors there that you forfeit. Well, what about his team, she said. I took out a two-man team before I came here, said Naruto. They must have been his team. They were all from Kuma after all, said Naruto as he looked towards the man. Yes, he was correct. What's your name, he asked. Samara. Of the Hidden Stone, she said. You? Naruto was a Maki of Konoha. As the two started to sink into the ground. What's happening, she asked. But they were gone. At the tower. As Uncle was sitting back waiting. Only one team had shown up so far, sure. It was nice to see the Sand siblings again, but it was getting rather boring. She was just about to drift off when the door opened up, as she saw a rather fair but built girl walked in. What's going on, she said. I lost. My team is gone. Uncle raised her eyebrow. And you survived long enough to get here. Naruto Uzumaki. He saved me and brought me here. Ah, my student striked again. Wait, saved? A man from Kumo killed my teammates. And he was gonna do things to me, but Uzumaki-san, he saved me. As Uncle nodded, time skip. 4 days had passed. And Naruto stood in front of 3 tired and familiar Genins. They fought him with all they had, but they came up rather short, as a grin was on Naruto's face. Sorry to say, but you just can't slip by. We're not done yet, Kiba shouted. As Naruto turned his head. Run, he shouted at them. Team 8 was confused, as they turned to see the massive snake. This was not normal. The snake pounced as Naruto leaped forward and placed both hands on the snake's face. Kazuryu, he said. It was obliterated, shocking Team 8. Laughter could be heard. It seems. I found the thorn in my side. Shit. Guys, run, said Naruto. Who is that, Shishino? Orochimaru. Now run, or he will kill you. That knocked some sense into them as they took off rather quickly, afraid. How noble of you, Orochimaru said, as he appeared out of nowhere, as he was holding on to his Kusanagi blade. I won't back down, said Naruto as he swung his blades. Oh my, are those Kimimaro blades? Yep, Sensei took them from his corpse, after I blew a hole through his head and fixed them up for me, as Naruto was hoping that he could piss him off and make him mess up because this was bad. You know what? I'm not gonna kill you, but I'm going to hurt you. Really, really bad, Orochimaru said with a grin. Not if I kill you first, said Naruto, as he moved as bone and blade clashed. They fought as Naruto knew that the man was toying with him. The only way that you can win is using my chakra, said the Kyuubi. Because if you don't, you will die, the Kyuubi said. Alright, give it to me, said Naruto. Orochimaru jumped away as he watched red chakra envelop the boy. He said. Well, it seems we can use it. As Naruto shot forward, Orochimaru went through hand sign, summoning jutsu. Nagini, he said. Oh shit, said Naruto, as a snake, twice the size of man that stood in front of them. She had 4 horns, pitch black, with deep red eyes. Nagini, I gave you the brat that killed your favorite son, Orochimaru said. This brat killed my Manda, she roared. Wait, that means that you and Yosama are... Naruto was slapped away by her tail, as he was sent through tree after tree, through rocks, and bouncing off of a nearby river, before he crashed into a nearby stone platform. Use my chakra, you should be able to summon the large one, said the Kyuubi. That should work, said Naruto, as Naruto went through hand sign as he pumped the Kyuubi's chakra Summoning Jutsu, y'all. Orochimaru and the giant snake paused in their tracks as the biggest poof of smoke that everyone has ever seen came up. Nagini and Orochimaru were frozen by the sight. There he was, y'all, in all his glory. It's been a long time since Orochimaru felt fear like this. Nagini, on the other hand, was both terrified and both elated. She feared him, but at the same time seeing her old mate gave her joy. Some joy, that is. Naruto, why did you... Nagini said y'all. Sorry y'all-sama, but I had to, said Naruto. It's quite okay, said y'all. Y'all, I would be lying if I say that I'm not a little happy to see you again, said Nagini. I agree. It is good to see that you're well, but the wrong that you have done to our brood cannot go unpunished. What would you know, she roared. I know that you let our foolish son crave human flesh. You both demand 100 human lives each time you're summoned. That act in on itself drive away most people who could become possible snake summoners. You have tarnished the name of Snake Clan, and for that you must die, said Yao. With that said, the two of them lashed out at each other as Orochimaru and Naruto clashed. Kusanagi versus Bone Blade. Orochimaru was a bit surprised, seeing that he was not going all out. Naruto overpowered him, the Kyuubi chakra pumping through his system. The two landed on the ground and rolled, as Naruto was to his feet first, but it gave no advantage. Orochimaru was upon him in seconds, as Naruto blocked, but the strike almost cut towards him. You're strong, but not strong enough, Orochimaru said, as he lashed out and grabbed Naruto's throat. As Naruto gasped as he dropped his blade and gripped Orochimaru's arm, Orochimaru drove the Kusanagi right through his stomach. As Naruto gasped, now, said Naruto. Orochimaru was confused until something shot from Naruto's sleeve. Pain shot through him as he jumped away. As Naruto was standing there as he was wrapped up, protectively, by a black king cobra. Nola, Orochimaru said as he ripped his arm off, knowing that he could grow a new one later. Orochimaru moved forward until he dropped face first. My venom has started to take effect, I see, said Nola. That's not possible. I'm immune to any venomous snakes could have, Orochimaru said, as he got up and stumbled backwards. Perhaps the snakes that you have met, but I doubt that you could be immune to mine or father's, said Nola. Orochimaru was pissed off. He wanted to hurt this boy badly for what he did to Kimimaro. He was angry. I'll get you for this, he said, but he knew he had to leave as he sunk into the ground. Something then crashed hard. As Nola looked forward, Mother, she's dead, said Yao. Does that mean the war is over? Nola asked. The death of the leader does not end the war, but it will shorten it, said Yao. As he turned to see Anko and just about a dozen more Jonins landed. Naruto, Anko yelled as she saw the Kusanagi impale in his stomach. Orochimaru was here, she said. Yeah, we fought, said Naruto. He's strong. He summoned Nagini, and I summoned Yao-sama, said Naruto. As Naruto gripped the blade and ripped it from his gut, he left his blade. His chakra was in it. I guess he thought it would summon back to him. Once he disappeared, but the Kyuubi burned his chakra out of it, said Naruto. So not only have you been partially responsible for one of his best pawns, but now you've taken away Snake summoning and his favorite blade, said Anko. Seems like my will of fire keep on burning his ass, said Naruto. I need sleep. I'll be taking my leave, said Yao, as he and Nagini body both vanished. Uncle-san, if Orochimaru is here, we should cancel the exam, and Anvu said to her. That's for the Hokage to decide. Move out, she said, as they all vanished. As Anko pulled Naruto into a hug. Don't worry me like that, she said. I don't want to lose you. Sensei, I'm sorry, he said. You better be, she said. Now you got one more day. I'll see you tomorrow. As she vanished in a swirl of purple mist. As Naruto was fine now, completely healed, still holding on to the blade. As Nola curled her on his neck. How long can you be summoned for, said Naruto. I can spend as much time, as long as I'm not using my chakra out, she said. But with constant chakra use for 20 minutes. It's the same with most summons. If we're not using chakra, we get more time, she said. Well then, I'll pick off any teams I see along the way, said Naruto. As the both of them made their way. Time skip as Anko was pacing back in front. Why, she said. Why what, said Kunai. Why did I kiss him? You kissed who, Kurenai asks. Naruto. You kiss your Jenny? Why? Said Kurenai. Because I couldn't stop myself and I wanted to, she said. His lips taste so good. It was that good for you, said Kurenai. Kami, yes, better than all the dango in the world. But we can't be together unless he makes Chunin, Uncle said, as she was getting a bit more nervous. Do you have faith in him, Kurenai asked. Of course I do. But what if something go wrong? What if he don't make Chunin? Then we can't be together. And by the time the next Chunin exams come around, who knows? Then screw it, said Kurenai. Uncle paused. Did Kurenai, Miss Prim and Proper, just tell her to screw it? What did you just say? I said screw it. It's not actually forbidden. It's just highly frowned upon. I surely doubt that you or Naruto would care if a few more people look down upon you, said Kurenai. You think I should just go for it? Uncle asks. Well, I've never seen you act like this before. He's affecting you like no one else has, said Kurenai. You're right. I just have to go in for it. After all, he's a sure in for a Chunin, she said. Meanwhile in the forest, as Naruto was blocking the path of Team 7, Sakura was pleading with him to let them pass, but Naruto was paying attention to the two young men in front of him. Sasuke was currently trying to burn a hole through his skull. With a pissed off look, his shirt and pants were torn, showing that he has been in a few close fights. But all in all, he looked okay, just pissed off. On the other hand, Sai, there was not even a single scratch on him. Not a single strand of hair out of place or a single scruff on him. Either he cleaned up real good, or he hadn't fought at all, or he was just that good. While Sakura was in between. She didn't look that hurt, but she had a few hairs out of place. So you want me, the Forest Eliminator, to let you just pass without a fight? It would be much appreciated after all my time. Did say please, said Sai. Naruto's eyes widened at that. Sai had referred to Sakura as his. He was more surprised by Sakura's face going beet red, and not hating Sai for calling her so. Back up a bit here, said Naruto. As Sakura blushed some more, Sai simply nodded. I find that hard to believe, said Naruto. It's true. They like to make out when they think no one's around, said Sasuke with a grumble. As Sakura looked like she was about to pass out from embarrassment. As Naruto sighed, fine, I'm almost out of time anyway. You're letting us go, said Sakura. As I said, I'm almost out of time. As he flashed away. As Naruto reappeared next to a cave, as he pulled his bag out with all the scrolls. Time to get... Someone help me! Naruto paused. Damn it. Curse my bleeding heart, he said. It didn't take him that long to find the owner of the scream. A girl was running from a large bear. No teammates to be found, as she was wearing glasses. She didn't have any scrolls either from what he could see. As Naruto pulled a kunai and flicked it, with wind chakra as it split through the bear's skull as he collapsed. The redhead spun to see Naruto land a few feet from her. Who are you? She said. Naruto Uzumaki, he said. Uzumaki? Correct, said Naruto. No way. You don't have the red hair like all Uzumaki have, as I do. Uzumaki? Red hair? Like you? My name is Karen Uzumaki, she said. Huh. I'm surprised, said Naruto. Are you really a Uzumaki, she asked. Half. On my mother's side. Kushina Uzumaki. Wait, you mean Kushina-sama? Daughter of the Uzumaki clan head, she asks. I'm not sure, said Naruto. She died when I was a baby. Well, if Kushina is your mom, then we would be... Well, I don't know what it's called, but our grandmothers would have been sisters. So like something weird, said Karen. Either way, that makes you family, said Naruto. So where's your team, he asked. This weird guy with glasses took them out. He said that I was interesting and he left me alive. Glasses, grey hair, purple clothes. Cocky smile, he asked. Yeah, that's him. You know him? He was a red flag to me before the first exam. As he gave her a hand, seeing that she was still on the ground. Thanks. Where's your team? I'm the Eliminator, said Naruto. Holy crap. Glad I'm kind of out already, she said. No kidding, said Naruto. This is almost over. Come, I'll take you to the tower. As he put his arm around her waist. Getting a bit weird, she said. It's just so I can sunshine us properly, said Naruto. As he vanished in orange mist. They appeared at the entrance tower in a swirl. As the Chunin stepped forward to look at them, he could see that the girl was beaten up while Naruto, but he was fine. Not a scratch on him. Welcome. There's still time left. You sure you want in? Well, considering I have over 30 scrolls. Yeah, said Naruto. As Karen followed behind him as he seemed nowhere to go. About time you show up, said Uncle. Hey, who's the girl? Sorry, I got a bit overzealous with being an eliminator, said Naruto. Wouldn't expect any less. Now once again, who's the girl? You can say that she's my cousin. Her name is Karen Uzumaki. Karen greeted her with a nod, as Karen could already sense that there was something between these two. No, that's a surprise. She out, asked Uncle. Yeah, like Samara-chan, her team was wiped out, and she's the only survivor, said Naruto. Okay then, you can head down that hallway, and you'll be taken to the village. Naruto, you come this way. We have preliminaries, said Uncle. Huh? Didn't I eliminate enough, said Naruto. Not quite, but you did pass, the second exam, Uncle said. He said goodbye to Karen as the both of them made their way. Making their way down the hall, they came up on a darkened hallway, as Uncle stopped him. She pulled down his face mask once again and she planted a kiss on his lips. This time he did not hesitate as he wrapped his arms around her, as his arms started to move up and down. Oh, naughty boy, Naruto-kun, she said, as Naruto blushed at that. I had to take my chance, he said, with a smirk. Get in room, you little perv, she said, as they straightened themselves out. They made their way in room to see 8 teams waiting. First he saw his old team, Team 10, Team 8, as he saw the Sand siblings. There were 3 from the sound, and there were 2 Konoha team, with Guy team. The final team was from the rain. The proctor explained everything. The first match was Sai versus Mubi. It was a guy from the Hidden Rain, as they made their way up. I will not go easy on you for what you did, said Sai. Oh, did I hurt your girlfriend, said Mubi. You may begin, said Hayate. As they had an encounter in the forest, Mubi rushed towards Sai with all the speed he could muster, but he hit nothing but air with his kunai. He was surprised because he did not see Sai move. I told you, I would make you pay, said Sai. Mubi cried out in pain as both hands were sliced off, as he collapsed. Wow, brutal, said Naruto and Uncle. I didn't think he had it in him, said Naruto. When the match was over, Naruto saw Sai made his way towards Sakura, as he held her, and she seemed rather happy. The next match was Neji versus Dosu. You're that green-clad teammate, aren't you? As Neji said nothing, he didn't have to waste his time with this guy. The match started as Neji activated his Byakugan as he moved. Dosu was just not fast enough as he was hit directly in the chest. As Naruto noticed a chakra that left his back, he collapsed. The medic came over and checked him. Dosu was dead, as he was hit directly in the heart. That was rather fast. The next match was Shino versus Ken. The match didn't last too long, as her arms got covered in bugs while she was trying to place her genjutsu on him. I give, she said as she dropped to her knees. The bugs drained her chakra fast, she didn't have enough to spare. As Shino walked over towards her, he offered her his hand. She took it. You're all nice all of a sudden. I think Shino has a crush, said Naruto. Well, she didn't seem to mind his bugs so much, said Uncle with a laugh. Next fight was Kankuro versus Yori. Kankuro had Yori fighting a puppet the entire time, and when he came out, the match was over rather quickly. But Kankuro killed him. I was not expecting Kankuro to kill him, said Naruto. They're the only Sand team that made it this far. I assume that he will kill any other team except for Konoha Shinobis, said Uncle. They want to show their strength, and show that Sand is not to be messed around with. The next match was Mitsumi versus Temari, as she kept it quick just as Gaara said. As she sliced him to pieces with her fan, the wind blades deeply sliced him to pieces. She turned and gave Naruto a wink. I bet she want to fight you. Wind versus wind and all, Uncle said. As Naruto noticed it was an odd number, as they wondered who he was going to fight. The next match was Lee versus Kiba. Lee showed him what you're made of, Tenten yelled, along with Guy. Yes, Guy Sensei, Tenten-chan said Lee. Let's go, Akamaru, said Kiba. Begin, said Hayate. Alright, Akamaru, let's do this. As he transformed into a clone of Kiba. The both of them then started to spin. Lee was forced to move as he leaped. Getsuga! The attack tore through the floor and came back up, as Lee had to jump and dodge. The moment he stopped out of his spin, Lee moved. He was so fast that Orochimaru was knocked out with a single hit, shocking Kiba. What the hell? Bam! A fist slammed into his guts as Kiba collapsed on the ground in pain. Holy shit, he's fast, said Naruto. Well, he shouldn't expect any less. As Lee ran up and started to hug Guy, as both of them created some kind of illusion that not even Jonins could escape. What the hell? The scream went through names once again, as Gaara killed Zaku with his sand, as Kabuto accidentally killed Kagari. Sasuke defeated Jojo with a single glance, as he had placed him under Genjutsu. Hinata faced off against Ino and quickly took her out. As Naruto looked at the names, Shikamaru, himself, Tenten and Sakura were left, and there was a guy from the Hidden Rain. The next match was Shikamaru versus Tenten. Shikamaru really didn't want to go down there, but his sensei cheered him on. What a drag, he says. He made his way down there. Tenten smirked. She knew the Nara clan's secret. She was ready for this. Begin, Hayate said, as Tenten unsealed several weapons and locked them towards Shikamaru. Shikamaru tossed a shadow towards her, confusing her because he did not weave any hand signs. I didn't expect that. I guess I have no choice, said Shikamaru. You're too mobile. As he went through hand sign, Earth style, Duskide, he said. Rock spikes spear right up in the sky. What is he? Bam! It broke the ceiling light. As the place went dark, shit, said Tenten as she looked around, as she couldn't see anything. The Naras were more attuned to shadow than most people. Even though they couldn't use their power that well in the dark, it was not good to fight them in there. And she was right as she was knocked out with a chop to the back of the neck. She didn't sense him coming, what the hell? As she collapsed, the Hokage fixed the light, as Tenten was in front of Shikamaru on the ground. As Naruto glanced towards Uncle, it seems I'm not going to fight one of them, am I? Said Naruto. As the numbers were not, well, they were odd. No, said Uncle. You're fighting someone much better. Am I fighting you? Oh, not me. If not you, then who? Said Naruto. As she smiled, it's a surprise. But guys, be in subscribe right here. If what's the next person to do, like, subscribe, comment down below, and turn on the bell notifications I post ahead. But I'm off now, see you guys soon. Peace.